While dealing with this console war thing, I think the biggest challenge here is to see all sides of the conversation and to also see how, for many, they hold on to this paradigm where Xbox and PlayStation are fighting using exclusives, third party, first party, and all of the above. Now that Xbox has basically decided, we're not going to play that game, some people don't seem to like it. They want Xbox to, compete in this paradigm that had been set from the ancient ways, but they're not doing it. In fact, someone said in a comment to me, they said, Xbox did not choose this path. That is the path of taking their games everywhere. That cratering sales forced them to actually do so. And, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad that the sales cratered so badly that they actually decided that they were going to go ahead and do that. Because now it kind of puts Xbox in a position where they've pretty much taken off all the red lines and no longer are they going to pursue this exclusivity thing anymore, but instead they want to bring games everywhere. So let's go ahead and look at this comment or this thread of comments from this audience member. I had to edit their name out, and I just want us to focus specifically on what's going on here. And I think this will also give an opportunity for people to actually know my stance, because a lot of people are throwing this Xbot pony thing all over the place, but many of them have not watched my videos long enough to really know where I stand on some of these issues. So this person said Xbox didn't choose this path. That is the path of taking exclusivity away. Cratering sales forced their hand. And so I said, luckily, they obliterated PlayStation in the process. Count on a scale how many Xbox games you'll be getting in 2025 compared to PlayStation 5. And then they said, interesting. Instead of denying it now, you're bragging that all games are coming. And that's surprising to them. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that, the Xbox games that are going to PlayStation, to me, I've seen them as a good thing. Now I know Xbox fans, you've said and you've disagreed with me that these Xbox games should not go to PlayStation. I disagree. I think Xbox, if the need arises, should take their games to where people are going to buy them so that they can keep their development teams open. They can keep developers actually making games so games don't go crater and then studios close down. Look at Sea of Thieves. Look at the Indiana Jones game. It's already having raving reviews. It's going to go to PlayStation. Whoever wants to buy it, they will have access to it in a few months. This is the way you make your games work. They have to sell. They can sit on a console all day, but individuals like these that are constantly pestering me on the Video Game Fight School channel, you're not going to buy an Xbox to play Indiana Jones. You're not going to buy an Xbox to play other games that Xbox has. But if those games came to your platform, there's a likelihood that you might pick it up on a sale. That's fine. That's what Xbox wants. I think that actually makes competition even much better because now we can remove the stigma of Xbox not having games or even the stigma of the quality of Xbox games because these games are now going to be available for the PlayStation fans, and we're going to see how they actually see these games without the barrier of purchasing an Xbox. So what I'm interested in is seeing the reviews for Indiana Jones, the reviews for a lot of all these PlayStation games. That, I think, is going to help us now see if this PlayStation and Xbox thing, which one is working and which one's actually showing that, it has promise to it. Because it's one thing for Xbox to take all their games, put it on Game Pass, and then Xbox fans are sitting in a bubble enjoying and playing the games. But let's see how other consumers in the gaming space, apart from PC, which, that's probably the best place you can judge because you have both numbers and also reviews. But at least we can see reviews from the PlayStation side. We can see the review outlets do their review scores for Xbox's games. That way we can actually know, are these Xbox games trash as people say they are? Have they not made anything good as people say they haven't? Let's see these games on PlayStation. Let's see how they perform. Let's see if they get sales. Let's see if they compete with PlayStation games. I mean, this is what competition is. It's pretty much the Trojan horse analogy. And I'm sure you were surprised that I actually said, yes, let these games go to Xbox. Do you know why you were surprised? Because I hold no console war exclusive bogus nonsense. To me, it's all about the competition. Xbox is the one, U.S. gaming company fighting in a market with hardware that is pretty much dominated by two Japanese companies. So they are the underdog. They've been number 3 for the longest time. So now they're coming in to fight as best as they can. And I'm here to see. I have my popcorn ready. and I want to see how this stuff all plays out. And I think a lot of people who don't want to see it play out, I got to wonder and ask, like, why don't you want to see it play out this way? Why are you upset? Or let me not say upset, but why is it a mockery or a theme to mock that Xbox is bringing its games, or some of its games, I mean, anyways, because, some games have not yet come to PlayStation, but why is it a thing that you mock? Could it be that you have this whole thing where you want exclusivity to be the main thing? Or are you actually, in a sense, intimidated that now you actually have to back up what you've said about Xbox basically having games that you said you didn't like, but now the games are in front of you. Let's see what you do with them. Are you a gamer, or are you here to play list wars of exclusives that your platform has that nobody else has? And I think this is exactly where we kind of see, okay, let's see how this is going to play out. Now, as much as I want Xbox to bring their games as much as they possibly can, I also understand the side of, in a sense, not needing to always just throw everything out there. There are going to be some Xbox titles that, will probably do well on Xbox and PC. There will be no need for them to be able to go ahead and just take them, and just throw them to other platforms. But there are some games that I strongly believe would definitely benefit from sales across the board, sales that can even surpass what PC is able to bring. And even if it can, it's just necessary for the quality of, the game, and even the, how do I put it, the circumstances within which the game was developed. And one example is Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is definitely that game where I strongly believe that if you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, this is the one game that you would actually want to go to any and every platform that it can go to, simply because, the game is going to be an expensive game. Like Marvel Spider-Man 2, Indiana Jones is going to require a huge commitment in terms of fees and funds. So what you want to do to expand your profitability is to simply ensure that many more people can buy a game like this. Like I said, I am surprised that this game did not launch on PlayStation day one. Xbox should not have bothered even waiting for 2 months down the road, other than say maybe developer, logistics. Maybe say, okay, give the development team a little bit of time to ensure the PlayStation version can go out there. That's about it in my mind, because this game is going to benefit from as many possible sales as it can get. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the game's actually doing decently well. It's actually quite weird that, the game, from what I'm seeing, is a top seller game on Steam, which is weird. Like, it just made me go, really? It's a top seller? I mean, again, just the way people have made Xbox games kind of sound, you would think Xbox games are sin. That's how they've made them look. You would think that they are a sin in their existence. And looking at the reviews so far, out of 1,000 reviews, so far, people say they like it. And to me, these are the kind of reviews that make and carry a lot of weight. People who have played the game for a good amount of time. 5 hours, that's decent for you to form an impression. 12 hours is decent for you to form an impression. We don't need you to play 100 hours or 200 hours of the game. So the initial impressions are good. If we go up to even people who have spent about 26 hours, these people are enjoying themselves. And so again, I think this is probably going to juxtapose, as long as the PlayStation version is not broken, on the PlayStation side. What this is now going to do is it's going to soil the narrative. It will make everybody that has been talking out of, thin air look like they really had been making stuff up or ignoring to look at this possibility. Because we all knew Indiana Jones was coming a long time ago. Like, if you go and look at the games that, are on Game Pass that are available for people to play, we knew that they were coming. And now this is actually, basically a streak that Xbox is on. Flight Simulator, even if it had its problems at launch, after everything got sorted out, the game is reportedly doing very well because they decided to go a server route. That's why the game had challenges. Black Ops 6, even with its hitches, has done well. The streaks are going and they're topping one another. And now Indiana Jones, from the reports of gamers, is doing well too. This is a year that Xbox is coming with all of this stuff in a year where PlayStation basically has taken Concord offline, and a lot of the so-called, exclusives that you saw this year are timed exclusives or third-party exclusives. And so it really is a different kind of weighing going on in terms of both of them. And I think this is why some PlayStation fans are saying this stuff. Don't hang your gaming on exclusivity. Enjoy games as they come. Enjoy the competition, because what this means now is PlayStation has to go back to the drawing board and say our competition has got access to games. Like, they have games flying out their ears. They have publishers flying out their ears. 4 under Microsoft's gaming division. That's wild. How are we going to be able to make a mark? How are we going to be able to keep up while being profitable? They've decided they want to go to 12 live service games route. We're about to see how that works out for them. It's a saturated market. I believe that they need to come up with shorter games with shorter development time, akin to the Arkham games. But again, nobody, asked me over at that side. So I guess I'll leave them to fly. Thanks so much for the comment. I really do appreciate the fact that, somebody was a little surprised that that's my take on things. And it's basically against what many Xbox fans think should happen. I know you're probably shocked. You're like, what? Well, yes, because this competition is not going to compete itself. We need, these companies to be taking the extra step to push the needle. And I think that's where gaming is going pretty soon. Thanks for watching the video. Appreciate you so much. Peace out.